The Eiffel Tower, standing at the heart of Paris. You think you already know why this tower was built, don't you? A monument for the World's Fair, a symbol of the centenary of the French Revolution. Stories you'll find in textbooks, stories you'll find in travel guides. But what I'm about to tell you doesn't appear in any textbook. The real reason the Eiffel Tower was built, and the shocking reaction of Parisian citizens when they first laid eyes on it. If you watch until the end, the way you look at the Eiffel Tower will never be the same again. In 1889, Paris, France extended an invitation to the entire world. To mark the centenary of the French Revolution, they decided to hold the greatest exhibition on Earth, the World's Fair. And to stand as the symbolic gateway of this event, they called for designs for a monumental structure. Over 700 proposals poured in. The one that was chosen belonged to a single engineer, Gustave Eiffel. Already celebrated at the time as a master of bridges and iron frameworks, the design he submitted was a pure iron lattice tower, 300 meters tall. What do you think the judges thought when they saw it? Magnificent. Was that it? Not even close. What comes next is far more shocking. The truth is, the Eiffel Tower was born with demolition already written into its fate. From the very moment the competition was announced, Paris was split in two. One side passionately supported Eiffel's tower. The other side was desperately trying to stop it. Who were the ones opposing it? The people in the streets? No, the greatest artists in all of Paris. Novelist Guy de Maupassant, composer Charles Gounod, architect Charles Garnier, 300 of France's leading intellectuals, the very pillars of the nation's cultural and artistic world, signed and submitted a formal letter of protest. The words written in that letter still send a chill down your spine today. We protest with all our strength and indignation, in the name of French taste and endangered French art, against the erection in the heart of our capital of this useless and monstrous Eiffel Tower. This giant black chimney stack will cast its shadow over Notre Dame, the Louvre, and the Arc de Triomphe. They called the Eiffel Tower an iron monstrosity, a gigantic skeleton covered in bolts. And yet, perhaps the most ironic detail of all, Guy de Maupassant is said to have dined at the restaurant inside the tower every single day, even after it was completed. Why? Because when I'm inside the Eiffel Tower, it's the one place in Paris where I don't have to look at it. That was his answer. Despite all of this, the tower was built. And yet, according to the original plan, the tower was required to be demolished 20 years later, 20 years after the close of the exhibition. As that deadline approached in 1909, the Eiffel Tower came within reach of actually being torn down. And then, everything changed. What saved the Eiffel Tower wasn't art, it was war. Gustave Eiffel understood something clearly. For the tower to escape demolition, the tower had to be useful. So he had something installed at the very top, a wireless telegraph antenna, a technology that had only just begun to emerge: radio, wireless communication. Eiffel funded it himself, mounting the antenna at the tower's summit, and began conducting experiments transmitting and receiving military, meteorological, and scientific signals. Then came the defining moment. The First World War broke out. As German forces pressed down from the north toward Paris, the antenna at the top of the Eiffel Tower intercepted German military communications. Acting on that intelligence, the French army launched a miraculous counterattack at the Battle of the Marne. Historians call it the Miracle of the Marne, and the Eiffel Tower, the very structure that had made that miracle possible, was permanently removed from the demolition list from that day forward. Born as a useless eyesore, survived as the antenna that changed the course of a war. This is the real story of the Eiffel Tower. But there is one more thing. At the very top of the Eiffel Tower, on a floor no ordinary visitor can ever enter, there existed a secret apartment built by Eiffel himself. The greatest scientists and inventors of Europe were invited up to that apartment, and there are records showing that Thomas Edison himself visited and sat down with Eiffel for a conversation. High above the skies of Paris, in a room no one else could see into, what those two men talked about, no one, to this day, knows. The Eiffel Tower was never built to be a monument from the very beginning. It was born in controversy, scheduled for demolition, and survived, almost miraculously, in the chaos of war. How many things do we take for granted that carry stories like this one inside them? Gustave Eiffel, the man who built this tower, is said to have climbed to the top on the day it was completed and declared, "I have built the world's largest flagpole." That flagpole still stands beneath the sky of Paris today. How did you enjoy the story of the Eiffel Tower today? If there's something in your own life that you always assumed you understood, only to find out it was something else entirely, tell us about it in the comments. In our next video, we'll be uncovering the hidden truth behind the Statue of Liberty, a story even more shocking than the Eiffel Tower is waiting for you. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss it.